Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way now. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Okay, now that I have everyone mad at me, let me explain why. Christmas movies are a massive market in and of themselves. Every year we see a new slew of Hallmark original movies, knockoff Hallmark original movies, also known as Lifetime, and if we're lucky we get one or two major studio releases around Thanksgiving or the end of November if I'm somehow tapping into viewers outside of the US. For example, this year Hallmark has Christmas at Pemberley Manor, which I didn't hear about until I looked up upcoming Christmas movies, and the studio release this year is The Grinch, which I haven't seen, but it looks worse than the Jim Carrey one, so I'm not super sold on seeing it. As a side note, there's also the Christmas Chronicles from Netflix out now, which I haven't watched yet at the time of recording, but I'll probably watch it at some point during the editing process. If I have, how was it? Great. However, as studios crank out more and more movies, my question is always this: what makes a Christmas movie? See, I get into arguments every year about my stance that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie.
Welcome to the party, pal!
But I don't get as many arguments when I mention that I also don't think that It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie either. But I think it for the same reasons. So let's take a look at Christmas movies and try to determine what makes them Christmas.
But let's move in for a closer look. Come along.
To start off, what is Christmas about? To some people, mostly little kids, it's Santa.
Santa's coming to town! Santa! Oh my God!
To some, mostly older people, it's Jesus.
Happy birthday, Jesus!
To others, everyone outside groups 1 and 2, it's family. In my opinion, to be a Christmas movie, you need to tackle at least one of these topics. And if you do more than one, you're golden.
Silver and gold.
But what it comes down to is how you tackle these topics. For example, Les Misérables has Santa. Is this a Christmas movie? No. But it fits all three categories. Santa.
Oh, Santa!
Jesus.
I have saved your soul for God.
And family.
You raised my child in love.
She's the best of my life.
But it's not trying to tell a Christmas story. To me, the quintessential Christmas movie is Miracle on 34th Street. Not the John Hughes, Mara Wilson one, but, you know, the good one.
Does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers outside or in?
Always sleeping them out. Cold air makes them grow.
It tackles Santa and family. Sure, it leaves out the reason for the season, but you know nothing is perfect, everyone.
Happy birthday, Jesus!
Miracle on 34th Street. We have what may be the greatest Santa Claus on film ever. A jolly, happy man who's just that, a man. He's doing everything he can to make everyone happy and feel loved. On top of that, you have the story of Doris Walker and her daughter Susan, and their neighbor, Fred Gailey. The story takes place over the course of a month, which has Kris Kringle, legal name, helping various people through his actions and kindness. And he shows the Walkers how good life can be with just a little imagination and faith. Faith not being religious faith, but more general faith. Faith in each other kind of faith.
I asked you, Mr. Macy, do you really believe that this man is Santa Claus?
I do.
So with that idea set, Miracle on 34th Street leads up to its battles for faith, hope, and love, all centered around the Christmas season.
My mother's Mrs. Walker, the lady who hired you. But I must say you're the best looking one I've ever seen.
Really?
Your beard doesn't have one of those things that goes over your ears.
Well, that's because it's real. Just like I'm really Santa Claus. Oh, go ahead. Pull it.
Now let's take a look at It's a Wonderful Life. What boxes does it check off? Family. George Bailey's entire life is about his family and friends. And Jesus, in a roundabout way, angels and all that. It checks off 2 boxes. Why doesn't it qualify as a Christmas movie, Corey? I hear you asking. I'm getting to it. How much of the movie is actually about Christmas? The last act. That's it. This 2-hour and 10-minute movie gets to Christmas about an hour and 17 minutes into the film. Ooh, I hear you cry, there's an hour left. Doesn't that make it Christmas themed? But my argument is this. If you can remove Christmas entirely from the movie, it's not a Christmas movie. To me, that's like saying Harry Potter is a Halloween movie because...
Turn around in the dungeon! Thought you ought to know.
Or like saying Harry Potter is a Christmas movie because...
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Ron.
I like Harry Potter, but it's not something to watch every holiday. Ugh. It's a Wonderful Life sets itself up as a family drama about a man who is unhappy with his life most of the time.
Only one condition.
What's that?
And that's the best part of it. They've appointed George here as executive secretary to take his father's place.
Oh, no, but Uncle Billy is...
You can keep him on, that's all right. As secretary, you can hire anyone you like.
Dr. Cameron, now let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance. Uncle Billy here, he's your man.
But George, they'll vote with Potter otherwise.
Until he sees what life would be like without him.
All right. You've got your wish. You've never been bored.
The first hour and nearly 45 minutes of the movie are simply setting up to his entire life to this twist. Not every day of it is Christmas. He has summer days, he has school days, he has a life that takes place outside of the magic of Christmas time. He himself is a great man with some faults, to be sure. But if this decision took place on the 4th of July, would it be any different of a movie? No. George Bailey would still be having a rough day/life, and literally everyone in town loves him.
Why you drink so much, my friend? Please go home, Mr. Bailey.
Good idea, Ernie. A toast. To my big brother, George, the richest man in town.
They would still be out to help him regardless because he's so humble and thoughtful. I hear you cry. But Clarence! No! But Clarence! He's an angel. I'm sure he could pop down if it wasn't Christmas, if everyone was praying for him. Now let's get to Die Hard. I'm sure this is the part of the video you've been waiting for. Let's check out Die Hard's boxes. Family. John McClane is coming into town to see his wife and kids. Okay, so we have our argument. Can we take Christmas out of Die Hard and still tell the same story? I say yes. We have the story of a New York cop who is trying to reunite with his family who moved across the country for his wife's job opportunity.
So your lady live out here?
About the past 6 months.
Meaning you still live in New York?
He has been disconnected and now is his chance to see them again. He meets his wife at an office party after business hours. While he's in another room, a group of thieves posing as terrorists arrive at the building, taking everyone hostage. Now isolated from the hostages, John McClane fights single-handedly against a slew of militarized thieves while trying to save his wife, the hostages, and himself in any way he can. Hey look, it's Die Hard without Christmas. Albeit you'll need some new music, but you could completely remove the holidays from this movie and not change anything. The police would still show up, the news would still show up.
You don't want to give me a truck? I'll go and I'll steal a truck.
Hey, give us a break, Thornburg.
Eat it, Harvey.
4.
The random guy arguing about shutting off the power would still argue not to shut off the power. Just because a movie takes place at Christmas does not make it automatically a Christmas movie. But let's take a look at the bigger arguments that I've heard about it being a Christmas movie. It's all about family. John McClane is in town to see his family. Yes, he is. In the movie, he mentions that being a New York cop, he couldn't drop everything and head across the country because he has several cases that he had to complete.
Why'd you come with her, man? What's up?
Because I'm a New York cop. I got a 6-month backlog of New York scumbags I'm still trying to put behind bars. I can't just pick up and go that easy.
He is now heading across the country to see his family. That means the cases are now done. Argument 2. He goes to a Christmas party. In the movie, it's not even fully a Christmas party. It's a party more because the company had just completed a major deal, and it's just so happened to be at Christmas time.
You throw quite a party. I didn't realize they celebrated Christmas in Japan.
We were flexible. Pearl Harbor didn't work out, so we got you with tape decks.
Actually, it's sort of a double celebration. We closed a pretty big deal today, and a lot of it was due to Holly. Am I right, JoJo?
There's nothing that makes this a Christmas movie except it being at Christmas. Without Christmas in the movie, you would still have a top thriller about a lone cop on the edge. On another note, though, while Die Hard could happen at any other time than Christmas, why doesn't anyone ever talk about Die Hard 2 being a Christmas movie? Die Hard 2 is also set at Christmas, and I think it could in fact be more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. Die Hard 2 takes place at an airport on Christmas Eve again. This is the biggest travel time of the year, so we have a terrorist plot to take over an airport's runways during the biggest travel time of the year, with several planes being held hostage without their knowledge, leading to thousands of hostages. I don't consider it a Christmas movie, but I think it's strange that the plot is more essential for it to be Christmas, yet nobody ever talks about it being a Christmas movie. But yeah, I know it's just my opinion, but let's hear it from the man himself.
Now please, listen very carefully. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie! It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie.
Okay, now that everyone hates me for arguing against the most popular internet opinion of the century, check out the rest of our videos we're putting out this December. In the spirit of the holidays, we have 2 more Christmas reviews coming out, another video similar to this one about several Christmas classic films, and possibly some shorter videos here and there, but we'll see about those, no promises. All of these main videos will be coming out every Monday in December. Also, we make fun of it a lot, but if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. We're still new to this, but we're working on lots of things coming up, which we're really excited for. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next Monday.